Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are back. Don't know how long this will last.
It's been a hot minute.
We had comments from November. Actually, it was more like October, asking us, like, they're like, oh, your video helped me out so much, and no comment back from us. Pro YouTubers here. So anyways, our official, like, I guess I say it's our dating anniversary. Will says it's how long we've like been officially together.
Yeah, because I don't consider being married still dating, nor did I consider us being engaged as dating, but one of us does.
Anyways, so that is coming up, and actually today, when you guys are watching this, is that day. And we thought, plus some requested videos
From like 5 months ago.
that we could do our love story. So this is
Not really love story, it's how we met and kind of like
well, a love story series.
how we got here.
Yeah.
Not to Fargo, but like here.
So it's our love story series. This is episode 1. And it's how we met. So
Okay.
I've been talking a lot, so you kick it off.
Where are we starting?
Very beginning.
Very beginning?
Yeah.
Which is like where the very beginning?
Like where
Like
we
meeting
met.
in person
No.
or okay.
Very, very beginning.
So in the beginning was the word. Just kidding. So I was visiting my brother in he lives in Easley, South Carolina. And I was still going to the University of South Carolina, so that's in Columbia. And for those of you that don't know about South Carolina, it's like 2 hours or so roughly, a little bit longer if others are driving away from Columbia. So I went to visit him for the weekend, and I was on the dating app Tinder. So yeah, I was, swiping right, just gotta increase my chances. So right. And it was that, no, it was before. Was it before that? No, it was that weekend. So that night we had matched and we started talking a little bit. And the first thing I sent her was, how would you like to be second in my heart behind God or something like that. Good Christian like pickup line.
I originally
Clearly
was like,
it worked.
Who is this guy? That's our cat.
Clearly it worked.
Y'all don't know that we have a cat now.
Why are we talking about the
I don't
cat?
know, because I heard her.
Anyway, so we matched and we were talking that night, and it was like literally nothing but one word responses. I would ask her a question and she'd be like, yes. I'd ask her a question and she'd be like, no. I'd ask her a question, she would just give like a thumbs up or like a IDK or something like that. And I was like, well, she's real talkative. And then, so I went home later that Sunday, I believe. Yeah, Sunday. And she got mad at me because she found out like halfway driving back to Columbia, I was still texting her while driving. And I was like, at this point, I'm only like 10 minutes away, so why stop now?
Okay, keeping in mind, I was up in Anderson at the time where my parents live because I had just been in a car wreck. Not because I was texting and driving. Sorry for the background noise. Our cat is very mischievous. She literally has a bag over her head right now. This is Fargo. Fargo, we are trying to film love. So this is Fargo. She's a sweetie pie. She's a little bit mischievous. Anyways, where were we? So I had just been in a car wreck, not because I was texting, but I was just like very anxiety filled when
That's not why you got in a wreck.
I know, that's why I wasn't in a wreck, but I know that texting can cause a lot of wrecks, and so I was just like not very happy when I found out he was texting me and driving back the 2 hours, because I also lived in Columbia at the time, which I think is still so interesting that we met.
We'll get to your side in a little bit.
Okay.
Let me continue my story.
Okay.
So I get back Sunday night, go to church with youth group, and then I get home. We still text a little bit, and she was like, well, you know, I'm driving to work the next morning, because she taught at Chapin, which was like an hour and a half from Anderson, like 30 minutes or so from Columbia. So she was like, if you want to, you can call me. So she was gonna leave like, I think she said 5:45. I was like, great, I'll talk to you in the morning. So I was like...
Hold on, pause. I'm pausing you. I said, the ball is in your court, and he said, I don't miss.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah, I don't miss.
Yeah, I have a screenshot of that. I'll have to insert it.
I don't miss.
Alright, continue. Unpause.
So she said that, and apparently I said, I don't miss. Clearly, you can see he remembers more in the beginning of the relationships. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna set it like 6:30, you know, so I still call her in the morning, but not like too eager, because I wanted to play it off as not desperate or anything. So I want to, still call her to make that good gesture. So I set my alarm for 6:30. And I wake up the next morning before my alarm, and I look at the clock, and it says 5:45. And I was like, really, God, you're going to wake me up exactly when she happens to be leaving for Columbia. So I was like, you know what? I'll just call her. Why not? So I go to contacts, hit call, ring, 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 sent to voicemail. So in my head, I'm like, great, this girl literally told me to get up this early in the morning, call her just to leave me on voicemail and not talk to me. So I was like, great. So I put my phone back on the nightstand, rolled back on my stomach, and I was like, I'm going back to sleep, because it is an ungodly early time of day. So I was going back to sleep, and then let's hear your side of the story.
Yeah, so you kind of heard where I was freshly kind of out of a relationship where we were emotionally broken up a long time before we were like actually broken up, and I was just on Tinder and swiping here and there because I really just missed having someone to talk to. Wouldn't recommend being on a dating app if you just want someone to talk to.
Probably not.
But here we are. So I was on Tinder swiping. It was actually my mom's birthday when we matched. I remember that. And we talked first with his like little, I guess, opening line or whatever. I was like, oh my gosh, give me a break. This guy he better be good, because this is something else. So I like entertained him and talked to him.
Came like she was babysitting me.
And I don't know, I just kept wanting to talk to him. And so then it was time for me to go sleep because I had work the next day. And like I had mentioned earlier in the video, I had been in a car wreck earlier that week. And so I was up at my parents' and I was driving back to work after spending time with my family. I'm a big family person, so I did that a lot. Where I worked in Chapin, I would stay the night Sunday night and just drive down early on Monday morning. And so I had told him, like, I'll be on the road from this time to this time. 5:45 to like 7:15, the ball is in your court. And he said, I don't miss, like I just said. So I'm like lugging all my stuff out to the car, and I'm like plugging in my GPS where I'm going, because I always like to have like my ETA, and see that I have a missed call at like 5:48 in the morning. I was like, there is no way.
It was 5:45 when I called you.
I know, but like that's when I see it because I was running behind. And lo and behold, it was him. And I had.
What did you have me saved in your phone at this point? Or was I just a number?
I honestly don't know. You're probably, yeah, I don't know. So anyways, I was like, fine, whatever. Like, I was like, I'm gonna call him back. And I felt so bad because the reason he got sent a voicemail is my phone is on Do Not Disturb until like, I think 7 in the morning. And so unless you're on my favorites list, you get sent to voicemail. It doesn't wake me up.
Update, I'm on the favorite list now.
And so I was like, I felt so bad. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I really did not mean for you to go to voicemail. Like, that was not my intention. Like, I was, of course, running a little bit behind. And then we talked literally until I was like 15 minutes from work after I called him back. And I'm trying to think of what else. So that's where I'm at there. So then I was going to New Spring at the time, and they had their young adult night coming up. And I was like, I'll invite him, see if he comes, because if he doesn't come or isn't interested at all, red flag, out of my life. And so I invited him, and this is like literally 2 days after.
This is Tuesday, so
yeah, Tuesday
night.
Tuesday night. I invited him, I think, on Monday or whatever, because we talked pretty regularly after that. I still was pretty not nice. Our cat might knock us over. Sorry if that's the case. Might make an appearance. Okay, so then anyways, so I invite him to that, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have to tell my mentor and my friends that I'm back on Tinder and like meeting this guy, and I didn't care about him enough to invite him to rally. And he comes. Like, he actually shows up. So we met literally 2 days.
3? We've been texting for like 3.
Yeah, 3 days.
This is so much better than 2.
But I was like, this is gonna be like a no pressure night kind of thing, because I was on the volunteer team, so I knew I was gonna be busy. So he literally came.
Yeah, so I showed up and Carmen was at a table, I guess, to like help new people, I guess kind of not feel alone, which, you know, me, never been there before. I'm a new person thinking, oh, this is great. Like, she's gonna sit by me the whole time. Nope. She stays at her post, like her table, with her mentor, Tori. I didn't know that at the time. Well, I guess she didn't introduce herself right away.
Yeah.
But then I was stuck. I literally got to know her friends Maddie and Aaron better, and Carrie.
No,
Was Carrie
Maddie
there?
wasn't there. It was just
Carrie.
Aaron and
Carrie was there too.
Yeah.
And
Aaron,
Nick,
Carrie.
because that's how you got me to come. Because you said Carrie's boyfriend Nick will be there too, which Nick is no longer in the picture, but
That's all good.
I stayed. So yeah, I literally got to know Carrie and Aaron better than Carmen, like the first 30 minutes and like this like dinner time, and just kind of get to know people. Then we went to the sanctuary, and then of course she came in later because she was like serving. So she came in and like I made sure there was a seat open, and Carrie made sure there was a seat open like next to me, which I don't even think, did you sit by me?
I think I did.
Because I know Nick was on my left. I think you were on my right.
I don't think I would have invited you and not sat next to you. That would have been really mean. Especially being on the hospitality team.
Yeah, you weren't very hospitable to me. So then the night continued, and Rally, which is the young ministry group at New Spring, which is no longer called that, but it was called Rally at the time, kind of just do worship, and then there's a message, and then there's more worship. But that night was the first time, well, obviously we met, but then Carmen like went over to the side and just kind of like got on our hands and knees and like just started worshiping, not really caring about what others were looking at her and thinking. And at that moment, God was like, "That's who you're gonna marry." And I was like, "Whoa, that's a big nuke you just dropped there." That's also the same night that God called me to things bigger than just sports. So sports has always been an idol to me, and my degree is in sport and entertainment management, so 100% involving sports. But God was like, think bigger than sports. Like, yes, I can use sports to reach people, but that's not what he was calling me to. And I guess how we got here. Did we already talk about how we got here? Not really. That's for a different episode. Stay tuned about how we got here.
Yeah, we haven't said
in North
anything
Dakota.
about that yet.
That'll be the next series.
That was supposed to be videos.
That'll be the next series. Stay tuned. Cliffhanger.
Who knows how long it will take. But yeah, anything else that you think we need to include in this first episode?
Did we do stuff after?
No, I wouldn't have done anything with you.
That's the harshness I dealt with first in the relationship. No, I wouldn't have done anything like that.
No, I would have. We might have talked. I think we talked on the phone.
Probably.
But I don't think anything other than that.
Nope.
No.
Just got to know Aaron and Carrie real well.
Hey,
anything else you want to add?
Eventually you made your way into my heart, so.
What about you? What did you think the rest of the night?
Well, I remember feeling a little bit rude because I had invited this guy and I didn't even. I
off to Carrie.
I at least said hello to him, but I was worried. Like I was serving, so I couldn't just like leave. I was helping people, and I knew my friends could take care of him. Plus, if they liked him, then that was more of a like, okay, green flag, not red flag. I don't remember anything else.
You don't remember anything?
I remember there was like a challenge at Rally to like that night to like I already like worshipped and stuff on my knees because I don't know. You don't know me. I love worship, but there was like a challenge to worship on your knees and like hold your arms up, and there were some people that took the challenge and some people that like I guess didn't feel moved to take the challenge, and Will was one of the ones that took the challenge.
Time out. So background story, I grew up Southern Baptist, so it was for the most part like hold the pew in front of you. Maybe a hand raise. Very old school. Not that it's wrong to worship that way. That's just what I was used to. So it was very different for me to see like people just spread out on their knees. So yeah, I felt the calling to just try that, and yeah, anyway, continue.
Did you feel the calling to, or did you just do it because I was there?
No, I felt the calling.
Okay, good. I always hope that wasn't to just impress me.
No. Why would that impress you?
I don't know. I wasn't the nicest either.
No, you weren't.
So, anyways, I noticed out of the side of my eye, you have to notice things, just ladies. And I saw him like on his knees with his hands up, and I didn't know that was like the first time that he had ever done that. But I was like,
I've done it before, but not often, and like not just during worship. Like normally it was like an altar call or something, and like if I had gone up, but like just for singing wasn't one of the many times I've done that.
I don't think we'll have a normal YouTube video.
Welcome to the Fargo show. Get your butt out of here, girl. Thank you.
So, anyways, I just remember seeing that out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, this is interesting. And like I was intrigued for him to be like so surrendered to the Lord. And I remember my mentor was like, did you see him? He was on his hands and knees in worship. And I was like, what? I was like, yes, I saw that and you saw that too. And she was like, yeah, that's a green flag to me or something like that. And I was like,
Green means
okay,
go.
I'll keep talking to him. And I think that's it, I would say.
It's a good first episode.
Yeah.
Leave them wanting more.
So where do we go next? But that is a wrap for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know when the next one will be out. Like our channel if you want more. Subscribe.
Comment down in the comments.
Comment the word milkshake.
3 years. Milkshake?
Yeah.
I'm thinking 3 years because 03, 08, 20.
Okay.
So
yeah, we could do 3 years. So
3 years.
comment 3 years if you watch this far. And subscribe. Promise it's free.
Yep.
Doesn't charge anything. Just lets you know when we post videos, which is very infrequently.
Yep. And as somebody in ministry and teaching, if we get famous enough, we would love YouTube money. So like and subscribe. Tell all your friends to like and subscribe. And hopefully we get a big plaque that says like 50 million subscribers. That's the goal.
We're ways off, but dream big. All right, we'll see y'all back here soon. Bye.
Bye.